Yes, sir. What's good? What's going on, everybody? How you doing? What up? What up? What up, though, family? How you doing? With another episode on New Year's Eve. We got the old head sports talk, man. Round of applause for that. Round of applause for everybody pulling up on me. And as Terry says, go blue off the jump. Terry says, go blue off the jump. Terry also says, Happy New Year. And we gonna get into it, Terry. Don't even worry about it. What's good? What's good? Intro be always go hard. Hey, I appreciate it. Speaking of which, that intro is done by none other than my homeboy, one of my closest friends. He goes by the name of Jew Fresh. You can check him out on YouTube as well. He has a whole bunch of beats on there. If you're doing anything as far as podcasting or you just need beats for music, go check him out. Great dude. Got a plethora of music for you to dive your hands into, man. So I'm going to give him a shout out to that. Happy New Year, brother. Kinetic, what's good? What up, man? Go blue, baby. You already know what time it is, man. Go blue, brother. Look, we got some things to get into today. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna waste your time because I already know we got the game today. You know what I'm saying? Our boys get to hit the field one last time under the regime that we will no longer see. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a different look from this point forward, man. Liche, what's good? What's good with you? He said, Happy Year of new. Liche, you goofy, man. So, hey, he said, turn up, go blue. Hey, man, you already know what it is, Pops. So, what do we think, man? What do we think? How do we feel? How do we feel today, man? How y'all doing in the chat? Listen, I already know everybody. If you didn't go out right now and go get all your little trinkets, your drinks and everything, please, man, it's gonna be trouble after right around, I want to say about 10 o'clock. Them streets ain't gonna be for everybody, man. So stay safe. If you don't know, FBI caught somebody trying to make a diabolical plan in LA. So, man, y'all be safe out there, man. No matter where you at. If you're going to New York, be safe in the Times Square. If you're down here in Georgia, be safe at the Peace Drop. Like, you know what I'm saying? But wherever you at, just be safe and spend time with your family. That's from me to you. You know what I'm saying? But, I'm telling you now, man. Oh, also, I got some sad news, but it's still great news because I'm elevating. As far as I start my classes on Monday, and unfortunately, one of my scheduled times is going to get into the way of me being with the Maize Out family. Hey, speaking of which, shout out to my Maize Out family, man. Shout out to my Maize Out family, bro. Shout out to Madman himself. Shout out to Maniac. Shout out to Johnny. And shout out to Liche, who was in the chat, man. Shout out to, there you go. See, shout out my family, right? I'm not going to be able to be there for a few weeks until this class is over. But I'm still gonna be in the chat. I'm gonna be in class and in the chat. Probably getting a cool C behind my activities, but hopefully not. Like, you know what I'm saying? But either way, I'm definitely gonna be in both. And then once that class is over, I'm gonna be back at it like a crack addict. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be back with the family, man, kicking it and giving that great Michigan news, man. You already know what it is. You're always welcome over here in the game. I appreciate it, man. You already know. So the thing I want to talk to today is like, man. We got so much to get into, man. Let's just get right into it, you know what I'm saying? Because we got a lot to talk about. There's some great things going on, man. So let's just get right into the first things first. And we're gonna talk about this great Michigan news, right? And what do we have to talk about? Well, first and foremost, we know we have I'm on it now. We got a great new head coach by the name of Winningham, right? And so he is out here doing what he do best. If you checked out his presser, right? His press conference was very interesting. It was a lot of telltale signs. You know what I'm saying? Good morning, my brother. He said, good morning. Hey, hit the like button. Please hit the like button and go blue, man. If you checked out his presser, which I definitely did, you could tell he's about business. He's straightforward, and he's definitely gonna move us in the right direction, right? He already has a plan of the ideas of who he wants to hire and who he doesn't. Like, you know what I'm saying? He knows who he getting rid of, and he know who he want in the building. And why do I say that? Because as soon as he had his presser, he had a cool little conversation with all the coaches. And he didn't go in there half-stepping, trying to be nice to him. And he came in there and said, listen, man, y'all know what business we in. Y'all know how it get down. You see what I'm saying? Y'all know what we do. Some of you are going to stay. Some of you got to go. And that makes sense because as a head coach, this is one of my digs on Sharon. When I talked about him, I was like, I just felt like he was so new that he didn't have the networking yet to know who would fit with him And so he was sort of going off of what maybe Harbaugh was saying or whoever else was in his ear about hire this guy or hire that guy. But it wasn't off of his own understanding of networking, who can get the job done, and stuff like that. And so since he wasn't able to pick his staff the way he wanted, is why it kind of probably fell apart. Also with some of the things he did, but we're not even going to talk about that no more. That's dead in the water. But when you talk about Whittingham definitely came in here and was like, yeah, bro, y'all gonna probably leave. You probably gonna stay. The rest of y'all, man, hey, go put your resumes in. I'll give you a cool little recommendation letter. You know what I'm saying? And so, did you see the hot? Yeah, I seen your hot take, and I'm gonna talk about that, Terry. Don't worry about it. I got you, Terry. Trust me. We gonna get to it. I'm just give me a second, because I definitely seen that hot take, and we gonna talk about it. So, first things first, we've heard a lot of chitter chatter about the offensive side, the defensive side of the ball, who's going to be in charge, who we got, who's position coaches, are we keeping Esposito, who are we keeping, right? Well, the news already came out that we already know about Tony Alford, man. And a round of applause for him being smart and keeping him. But I kind of already knew that Tony Alford was going to be retained for a couple of reasons. One, he does his job to the utmost of his ability at a high level. You want to keep that running back room together. Number three, Whittingham already coached with his older brother who passed away. You see what I'm saying? So Whittingham was already familiar with the family and what they're capable of and what to expect out of Alford. And so with that being said, and they also coached together under Urban Meyer. So they got some familiarity with each other. So at the end of the day, they understand the philosophy. They have the same type of goal and the same type of talk. So with that, come on, bro. Like that's only makes sense. Let me keep the dude that I know is on the same type of time I'm on. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I seen that, boom. And so that's what happened. He said, yeah, because if we didn't keep him, we was probably going to lose Hyder. Yeah, speaking of which, I watched that man get 6 touchdowns in one game. Insanity. But past that, it's like, where we going to go? Now, in his presser, he said, and he stated, I really can't put the staff together or give you any names as of right now because players are still having bowl games, coaches still in bowl games, and playoff games. That key word, playoff games. Why is that so key? Because everybody we talking about that we've heard of names-wise, wasn't none of them in no playoff game. We got bowl games, we ain't got no playoff games, but we going to talk about it. I got a little inside scoop. You know what I'm saying? I was combing the internet doing my due diligence to bring this information. So with that being said, let's get into the first one, right? So we're going to talk about this good man here, Jason Beck. I know we didn't heard so much about him. Offensive coordinator, we definitely talked about him. He definitely fits Michigan's DNA with the run scheme that he does. He loves to run the ball, and he loves to do the play action from the run. So that's perfect for us. His halfback Parker was that he had with Utah was slightly, I want to say maybe 50 to 60 yards off of being a 1,000-yard rusher. That's what we want to hear. Then not only with him being a few 50 or 60 yards off, the quarterback, Dampier, had close to 700 yards on the ground. That fits us perfectly because we know we want Bryce to be able to bring another dynamic to the offense to where he can also run too. So when your quarterback got close to 700 and your running back got 1,000 yards, close to 1,000 yards rushing, that lets you know exactly what you're going to deal with. It's a run-heavy scheme. It's going to be a lot of interchanging parts with 3 tight end looks, 2 tight end looks. Everything's going to shift. And that's what we want to see. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. You already know what it is, man. Happy New Year. And so then, this is what's going to blow your mind, though. I just told you about the starting quarterback having close to 700 yards. I told you about the starting running back having close to 1,000 yards. But I didn't say that the backup quarterback, hear me now, the backup quarterback also had over 500 yards on the ground. Man, he also had 500 yards on the ground. Oh, my God. The backup? Oh, hey, so you know what type of time it is. Like, they definitely going to go, oh, roll tide. Here we go. They saying roll tide. My boy, glad to see you live, man. You already know, man. I'm trying to do great things, man. I'm going to put your roll tide up there. Definitely got predictions on that later. But I'm going to leave that roll tide up there for a second because I know that's you. You know what I'm saying? And so the passing that they have, the passing game they have, and I don't know if that's due to personnel or not, but it seems like Beck's passing game is tight end focused. So we're used to that because we had Colston Loveland and we Klein. Like, we're used to throwing to our tight ends and getting our tight ends involved. But I would love to see maybe if he has the tools that we can do a lot more, not only just the tight ends, but also getting those outside guys involved too. And he had a good wide receiver, but nothing to write home about. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was cool, but he wasn't what we were used to seeing. And my man said 100%, said, go blue, man, what's good? He said, Whit needs to bring in Ficklin with him. He's a Denard, but a better thrower. Okay. Well, we're going to see, because Ficklin is who I was talking about, the backup quarterback that had the 500 rushing yards on the ground. So that's kind of crazy. And then with Beck's total offense, it was number 6 in the country. Now, his passing was 91 in the country, but the running was number 2. That sounds like a Michigan team, just being honest. We already know we're going to throw the ball, and we need to throw the ball, but we ain't going to throw it a whole lot. But we're definitely going to run that peel, right? So that's the type of style of offense that we like, and that's the type of style of offense that he coaches. So that's going to be good for us. 100% says, love our new coaches. He's a dog. Hey, I feel the same way. I ain't doing nothing but showing him love. He's an amazing schemer. Yeah. Oh, listen, Zay, I already know he's an amazing schemer. So, and that's what I'm saying. When you see these guys do what they're doing with the personnel that they have with Utah, no knock to Utah, because Utah's a gritty team. Utah's one of them teams. Utah reminds me of a Detroit Lions. Right when we started to take the turn to being better, nobody wanted to play us because they knew what type of time it was. Like, you knew you was going to be a hard-hitting, very physical, we going to fight tooth and nail to try to get this dub. And I feel like that's what Utah is. And so he built that type of culture. I would love to see that same type of culture with actually talented players, that you can get them to have that same type of energy when they reach the field. If we have that, I feel like Michigan's going to be in a good spot. And he said Moore was too worried about side chicks. Hey, no lie told there, Zay, man. No lie told there. Utah was a Big Ten team playing in the Pac-12 stylistically. I completely agree, Kinetic. I completely agree, because they play Big Ten ball, and that's a fact. And so now that we talk about that, we got to get the next guy here. Y'all know I'm a defensive guy. Y'all know it, understand it. Just know I'm a defensive. That's what I do. When I was coaching, I was DC. I love defense. That's just what it is. And when I played ball, I played defense. I was a DB. That's all I love is defense, right? You know, I learned, coaches told me, hey, man, you pretty quick. You need to be on offense. Oh, okay. Man, I ran an in route, and that middle linebacker said, hey, how you doing? And that was my last time running in routes. I said, yeah, I'd rather defend them. I like to tackle. I don't like to get tackled. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's exactly how that offensive career ended. Like, you know what I'm saying? But with that, hey, let's talk about Jay Hill. So Jay Hill, this is what he did with BYU. He runs the same 4-2-5 scheme with a 3-4 multiple, right? That's similar to what we run with a 4-2-5 that we do with Wink. I don't know why on college football, 26, maybe 27, they can fix it. They got us in a 3-4 multiple when it's supposed to be a 4-2-5 scheme. But either way, neither here nor there, that's what it is. Now, he had the 35 total defense, 35th in the nation. I know that's nothing to write home about, but you really got to really know what he's dealing with, and that's BYU. You may have a stud on that team, maybe a stud, but collectively he has them playing together as a sound unit. And then he was 20th in third down conversions. That's not bad. 20th in third down conversions. He was 11th in defensive touchdowns. We got to respect that. And he was 51st in passing yards allowed. 51st in passing yards allowed. Michigan was 53. So we were sort of below him in that one. Now, in other things, we were above him, but in that one, we were below him, which we always had an issue with our passing because we couldn't get home, right? And then 32nd in rushing yards, and then 60th in sacks. And I believe we were a little bit above him in the sacks. So this is what we're bringing. And the reason why I put those numbers out there, and I'm saying it, is because you're doing this with nowhere near the talent that you're finna walk into. Like, I feel like he's going to be able to scheme it up. And again, my only gripe with Wink, even though we're going to say all these things was going on in the background and stuff like that, that's cool. I hear you. But my gripe is you never adjusted. You never, like, if you go back and watch all of our games, you show me one game where we did a stunt and a twist, and I'll show you a lie. We never did it. We bull rushed every single time going forward. But if you look at our Michigan defenses in the past before Wink, we were always doing stunts, twists, giving you different looks, giving you blitz looks, and wasn't blitzing at all, but because of the twist and who you picked up on your assignment, it confused that offensive line. And that's all we kept doing, was just causing chaos on that front line. We're not doing that anymore. We were very predictable. Like, it's easy to see, okay, he's going to come with the all Wing blitzes is linebackers. It's here and there that he'll blitz somebody off the edge as far as the safety, but majority of the time it was always linebackers, right? And they never really got home for the most part, because if you could pick up that linebacker blitz, the middle was all wide open. It was an easy check down for most quarterbacks who had some sense, right? So that's what we see. So hopefully with Hill, we're going to have a different scheme that's going to look a little different, and we'll possibly get back to where we need to be, because that's all we need to do, is just get back to where we need to be. Give him the tools he needs to move forward, and then let's just get back to the ball we used to playing. And that's what I'm excited about. Now, when it comes to this coaching staff, I told you I had some inside info. We already know we keeping Tony Alford. You know what I'm saying? I got my handy dandy notes in front of me. So if you see me looking down, I'm reading as I'm doing this, right? But a coach that we're talking about is called Micah Simmons. His name is Micah Simmons. He was a wide receiver coach at Utah. He done pretty well. He's came from New Mexico. He was a wide receiver coach there, and he had some undeveloped talent that he kind of made all Mountain West and put them in position to play a lot better than what they were deemed to play, right? So that's one name that's out there as far as the wide receiver coach, what I keep seeing. But I also seen this name. His name is Ross Douglas. He's the wide receiver coach for Oregon. Now, why do I say that? Because if you remember, this was stated earlier. Coaches that I'm looking at are still coaching in the playoffs. What coach could it be besides this individual here who is with Oregon, who literally has a game tomorrow, right? So that's why I brought that up as far as he's talking about talent that's still coaching. So don't be shocked if you hear the name Ross Douglas. Ross Douglas might be the one. He said, hit the it'd be cold. Oh, yeah, when you get hit. He said, I need Jay Hill to bring Satula with him. Hey, listen, we need him to bring a lot, Kinetic. He said, BYU fighting to keep him. Listen, they can fight all they want, DJ, but guess what? It don't matter. Michigan, you see that? Michigan can make it rain. He gonna leave, man. He said, does Combs count as a holdover or a new coach? That's a good question. I would consider him still a new coach because all he signed was an agreement. He hasn't even signed a contract. So technically, right before he could get hired, he couldn't get hired because some things fell off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Good morning, Shadow Man. How you doing, my brother? Good morning on this New Year's Eve. So that name, keep that name with you. Ross Douglas. If you want somebody, chat, that's who we want. You see what he doing with them wide receivers at Oregon. Please tell me, he said, just woke up. Please tell me, you show me why we wouldn't want him. That man is coaching out there. And I feel like that's exactly what we need, because we need to push these wide receivers to be great. All we want our wide receivers to do is do what? Block, and catch when we need. Nah, we need them to be able to be dynamic as well on that outside and be able to read a defense, be able to break in and out of cuts real fast with their hands, right hand placement, know where to be, how to catch provide a bigger catch radius for Bryce. All these things need to be able to happen. And Marsh, we already know Marsh is that guy. Andrew Marsh, he did exactly what I thought he was going to do. The man out here catching one-handed catches. Meanwhile, people can't use two hands to catch from Bryce. So all I'm saying is it's clearly a you thing, because it can't be a Bryce thing, because, again, Marsh is doing it. So with Marsh doing that, y'all got to do it. Oh, no, we ain't. And listen, don't worry. I ain't talked about Coleman yet. He said Michigan better not steal another Bama back. Hey, listen, y'all don't know what to do with him, clearly. Y'all got good running backs right now and don't use them. But we going to get into that, Zay. Don't worry about it. We going to get into that. So, as we talk about that, we already know, man. So, remember that name for Oregon is Ross Douglas, because if we can get him to be a part of our coaching staff, chat, our wide receiver room is going to vastly improve. And I'm pretty sure he can recruit. So that'll be a W. Yeah, we'll lose Bellamy, but then we'll gain somebody that actually is putting out good product too. So I like that. Now let's get into it, Zay, because we was talking about it. Let's just get right into it. Let's talk about the old transfer portal, right? Let's talk about the old portal. He said all Auburn's teams is in the portal. Yeah, because they got a new coach. And that's what's crazy. When you say all of Auburn's teams jumped into the portal, it's crazy that you say that, because individual that was committed to us, he said Bellamy gone. Yeah, he probably gone, brother. Yeah, he probably gone, Smith. But individual that we had, which was I forgot my man's name now. Machiche. I called him White Chocolate. He had decommitted from Georgia to come to Michigan before everything went down. Then everything went down. He asked for a release from his letter of intent, and then he signed to Auburn. Now, I'm thinking the main reason why he signed, Marchese, I think the main reason why he signed with Auburn is because everybody's leaving Auburn. So it's guaranteed he probably going to hit the field. It wasn't no guarantee he was going to hit the field in Michigan. But it's a definite guarantee he's going to hit the field in Auburn because, boy, you'd have thought it was a bonfire to air the way people clearing out of Auburn, boy. Auburn is finna be buns. You know what I'm saying? I could probably go sign up and play out there right now because they ain't got no help. He said, I'm glad we ain't gone. Hey, Liche, I'm sick of buddy. He said, yeah, that kid would have looked good in Maize and Blue. He definitely would have. But at the end of the day, you got to make the decisions for you. And if you have a higher possibility of getting on the field and playing early, I mean, I respect it. Your goal probably to make it to the league. You know what I'm saying? With us, we gonna build you up, get you right, and then put you on the field. Some people don't like to wait. So it is what it is, man. But we got to pivot to gas, though. Watch. Yeah, for sure, Kinetic. You're right about that. Definitely got to do that. So as we talk about this old portal, right? Hey. Now listen. This ain't no splash grab. But this young man here, first off, man, anybody with this name, you know is diabolical. You know go outside and pull stumps up from the ground. My man name is John Henry, man. Man, come who named their child John Henry and bro ain't out here just put it on my back, mom. Come on, man. Listen, the man named John Henry. I'm just going to say that. Mason Graham 2.0. Yeah, so first and foremost, John Henry Daly is his name. He jumped into the portal from Utah. He is a sophomore, so he has 2 years of eligibility left. That's number one. Now, when I watch this tape, he's not going to get you as far as an explosive, speedy edge guy. That's what we're used to. But he wins with technique and discipline, and he seals that edge. You're not getting around that edge. Well, what do you mean, old man? What you mean he seals the edge? First off, he's an All-American as a DN. Number two, he has 17.5 tackles for loss. That ain't all from sacks, because if it was sacks, it would have said sacks. So tackles for loss means don't run to my side. That's beautiful. That's exactly what you want. You want somebody that can seal that edge on that side, or even seal the edge but play to the inside too when they see it with their eyes. And that's what he does. He's able to play inside and outside on that edge, which is beautiful, right? And then he has 11.5 sacks on the year. Come on, man. That sound like a Michigan man to me. He said he's the best defensive player in the portal at the moment. Hey, 100%. And that's why I want him, CJ. That's why I want him so bad. He said John Henry finna give you hell for 4 quarters and then file your taxes afterwards. Hey, Zay, you stupid, man. Listen. But look, that individual there, 6'4", 255 pounds. Hey, you're not gonna just do what you want to do to him on that edge. So I feel like he went into that portal for a reason, and hopefully we go ahead and pull him up out of that portal and get him where he need to be. Now that's who I really want for the defensive side of the ball. Now I know I'm wishing, but when they say aim, my mama always told me to aim high, aim for the moon so you can land in the stars. So let's aim. We gonna aim right now. We aiming, chat. Hey, man, I want this individual so bad, man. I'm telling you, I need this man. Right here, bro. If we get him in a Michigan jersey, hey, it's up from that point forward. I promise you it's up. I ain't gonna lie, chat. Now, before we say that, he is a former 5-star. We already know who this dude is. This man is a dog, like period point blank. We already know how bro get down. He said, Cam, he going to Bama. He's not, listen, he ain't no way you go to Auburn. And then you go, if you gonna go somewhere, go anywhere else. Don't go to Bama, man. He said Harbaugh was our B-line. Jerome was our Juwan. Whittingham is our Dusty. I like it, Dave. I like that whole take. That's cold with the Sharon was our Juwan, though. That's cold. That's kind of a cold take. But you know what's crazy? It actually makes sense on what you say, bro, because all of them won championships, fell off to some goofiness, and then now they're gonna get the team right. Hey, I like it, Dave. You might be on the one with that one. He said he not coming. Hey, CJ, man, like I just said, I can shoot for the moon, man. But my whole thing is former 5-star, 6'3". Now, the chatter around the world is Texas A&M, Alabama, Colorado. Now, that's what I'm saying. Colorado, bro. If you're going to choose Colorado, you could definitely choose Michigan. What Colorado, bro? Come on, man. Colorado, then he got LSU, and you got Georgia. Now, I could see him trying to stay in the SEC. He's a Southern kid. He's from Alabama. So I can see him trying to stay in the South. But if he gonna go to Colorado, he might as well venture up to the you know what I'm saying, the amazing place of Michigan and go ahead and get us started. You said, yeah, I read it and here, yeah, for sure. So this will be a great addition, but let me tell you how this helps. Let me tell you how this helps us. So because now he is the #1 target in a wide receiver, and when he put his name in the portal, everybody's gonna be going after him, right? It's him, and it's that from Auburn, and it's that 5-star quarterback freshman that jumped in there. Auburn's losing some great players, right? But the reason why this helps Michigan is because Nick Marsh, who hit the portal earlier from Michigan State, we already know he's a great wide receiver too. Now he's no Coleman, but he ain't no slouch either. And so with Coleman being out there, everybody may try to jump to get on that ship, which in turn could help us get Marsh, and we can have the Marsh and Marsh connection on the outside, just like we got the Marshall and Marshall with the tight end and the running back, right? So I think that'll be good. He said Deuce Knight. I don't even know. Man, I ain't mess Deuce Bigelow. Man, Deuce Bigelow. Hey, he said Nas Jerome was our Deuce Bigelow. Hey man, you cold, bro. You cold for that one. You said Knight gonna go to LSU? Yeah, pretty much. I believe that. I believe me Knight gonna go to LSU too. So that's what we looking at. But if we can get Marsh to come to Michigan, I think that really helps us, especially if we get a new wide receiver coach that can really get these guys together. Because I feel like that's just one of the rooms where I feel like we just never quite developed. No matter what, even over the years, I've been watching Michigan since I was 5 years old, bro. 5. And while we've had great receivers, we've never just had, that's never been our game. And frankly, it probably won't ever be our game. Because somebody tried to do that. Rich Rodriguez tried to be a passing team, and we looked horrific. So, and man, he had some old 220-pound offensive lineman, this old light line running around. Man, we got cooked out there. But I just want somebody to be able to develop these wide receivers and to get them where even they can win on their one-on-ones, even in I formations or even in power sets. We can still win with understanding what the defense is, what coverages you're seeing, and how to break on the ball. So that's what I'm kind of looking for. And I feel like Marsh can do that, Nick Marsh, and then we got Andrew Marsh who's already shown he can do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we just need Bryce to settle in, not get happy feet, and get the ball where it need to be, and them boys gonna go get it. You already seen Marsh gonna go get it for you. So you just need another person that's just gonna go get the ball, make a play. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not expect the ball to come to them, but make a play on the ball. That's what makes you great. You said, don't know about Michigan, and his mom hates Michigan, but it's possible. Hey, it is what it is. Your mama can hate all she wants, but when people are dropping dollars, seems like the hate dwindles off. Like, oh, how much did you say? Oh, I like that. Yeah, I know you do, because money talks. And ain't nobody trying to run no marathon. And that's just how it is, right? So that's just what we is. That's the type of time we on, and that's just where we at. So we got to understand that definitely can happen. And so anything's possible at this point in time. You said, we saw what happened when Legend Bay, mama ain't got a lot. Hey, man, it don't matter. It don't matter. At the end of the day, it's going to be what's the best position for your child, and then what can it do to how can this help their career? Because at the end of the day, it's about money, man. Like, it's unfortunate, but that's what college is about now. It's about who's gonna pay me the better check. Like, I got guys that's going to colleges, and it's like, man, listen, they're telling you, hey, you come here, we'll start you off at $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, but if you become a starter, then we'll give you over $300,000 as a starting person on the team. What? And that's just if you're not a star. Imagine you being a star, bro. Like, man, so come on, man. It's about money at the end of the day. If the dollars make, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Easy work, and we already know that. So let's get to the real meat and potatoes of some things. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what type of time it is. Y'all know what time it is, man. Y'all know what time it is. Predictions. All right. We talked about this on the Maize Out Monday, so I'm going to give a different spin than what I said. Just, you know what I'm saying, to keep it fresh, but still on the same lines. I still believe what I said was true, but just going to go a little bit different here. So, first and foremost, we already know what type of time it is with this one. Michigan versus Texas, right? Texas is a 7-point favorite right now as of today. They were up to like an 8.5, but now they're down to 7. Why are they down to 7? It beats me. Maybe because all the people that jumped into the portal. But past that, here are the keys for Texas to win. Because we got to go over them first. So the key for Texas to win is simple. Jump out on us fast, get a lead, and from that point forward, it may be a disarray because we have a problem with playing from behind. We start to play outside of ourselves when we play from behind. So he said, Antonio Johnson said, "What up, bro?" I almost called it the Todd Monken, but I'm happy with Woodley. Yeah, for sure. He said, I was just trying to give Michigan some of the other coaches' options. Yeah, no, you're right. It's all good, Antonio, man. Listen, man, Todd Monken was a definitely good look, but you know they got problems in Ravens land. So you know we want somebody that's that ain't got no issues. So Whittingham is good to go for us, man. You know what I'm saying? So like I was saying, if Texas can jump ahead of us, we have a problem with playing from behind. We always play weird from behind because we try to do too much. That's the one thing about our team being so young, that they play outside of themselves sometimes and don't just play within the game and let the game come to them. Because you may be down early, but there's a lot of football left. Look at Alabama. They showed you that. They were down 17-0 in the beginning of the second quarter. But there's so much football left that we see how they came back and won. So that's what our guys got to learn. And granted, we still say that they're young, but technically right now they're sophomores. So I expect a little bit more out of them. But that's the key for Texas to win. Now the keys for Michigan is just give it all you got. You have nothing to lose. 90% of the guys that's out there won't be there. That's just what it is. We may keep 2 or 3 on that whole personnel. So right now, some of you guys should be out here coaching to get footage and to get another job. Case in point, Wink should put on a master class if he wants to coach somewhere else. Because if not, he may be just going ahead and ride off into the sunset. Offensively, we got a new coordinator at the last second because our coordinator left. So throw the kitchen sink at him. If you want Bryce to throw the ball, throw the ball. Don't be afraid to do nothing. Just let it ride. Period, point blank. Let your hair down. Throw everything you got in your house at him. Because at the end of the day, this is not going to be the offense that we see next year. At all. Zero. Nope. Won't be. So we might as well just do what we can do and throw everything at him. We're going to have Marshall back, which is a plus. So that means we're going to run the ball effectively. They have a lot of people sitting out on defense as far as their linebackers and stuff like that, and they don't really have a run game. I would be shocked to see if Texas even has a run game, which may play into our favor if we can get pressure, because all 4 of their running backs are in the transfer portal because they hired a new halfback coach. So if that happens, I don't feel like they should have a definitive run game, and we're pretty good against the run, which means they're going to be one-dimensional. If we can keep Texas to being one-dimensional and being pass-happy, and we can stop Archie from running with his feet, because we know we got problems with running quarterbacks ourselves. I just asked Mateer. If we can stop Arch Manning from running around and having the time of his life, we'll be good. If we can get pressure on him, he starts making the same mistakes we feel like Bryce make, where he just starts throwing the ball a little too early, a little too soon. So if we can do that, we can definitely beat Texas. So I got us, of course, winning by 3. You know what I'm saying? If you don't argue with me, argue with your mama is what they say, right? But either way, I got us up by 3. That's period. I got us winning by 3. He said this game is gonna be his indeed. Yeah, for sure. It's got to be a resume builder. It's got to be a resume builder, Terry. He said this ain't Madden Lich. Spy isn't only the counter for a mobile quarterback. 100% is not. When you're dealing with a mobile quarterback, it's about your offensive line has to be disciplined. And the best way, we've seen how to deal with a mobile quarterback. We've seen time and time again. But that Michigan philosophy isn't here as of right now. But if you watch McDonald or even Minter deal with a running quarterback, the way you deal with a running quarterback is you collapse the pocket on top of them. Spy is cool. But if you can collapse the pocket and they have to run all the way out, that's a bad deal. Now, if your edges aren't disciplined and that gives them a rolling lane or they can step up and go out, then you have an issue. But if you collapse the pocket and it just collapse on them, that's the best and the most effective way to deal with a mobile quarterback. Because then you're going to make them play further back, which gives you the opportunity to give sacks. Look what we did to Milroe. That's exactly what we did. We collapsed the pocket. You said it also depends on if we get to Marion or not. Yeah, for sure, 100%. But either way, man, that's the take for Michigan. I got Michigan by 3. Like, it is what it is, and I'm standing on that, even if it don't happen. Now, y'all see what it is. That don't look too good in my background, so I had to put an X on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. I don't like it. I get the itching when I see that on my background. Don't look good. But you said Mentor and McDonald had the edge and the D-line. Yeah, that Wink for sure. Yeah, they definitely had a better edge than Wink. But Kinetic, my whole thing is even though you have a better edge, you still got talent. Those guys are still talented. Like you have to coach that up. You're only coaching going forward. Like you feel like just because somebody can bench press 315, they should be able to move the person in front of them. That person probably bench 315 too. So you got to come up with better ways as a scheme set to get what you want. And Wink, his whole thing was to try to blitz to create something that happened instead of trusting in the scheme and putting something together. Because even when we watched Wink last year, when he had Graham and Grant, what did he do? He still had that same type of philosophy. He didn't figure out to trust his front four until toward the end of the year. But beforehand, he was doing the exact same thing, and we was getting cooked for it. Like when we played Texas at home, their tight end destroyed us because of his philosophy. So he just had to be smarter, man. He said vanilla defense was Wink this year. Hey, so we got this, man. We got Miami, number 10 Miami versus number 2 Ohio stinks, man. What do I think? Ohio is favored by 9.5 points. And I think, honestly, if this game is close, Miami may get it. Just being honest. They're not giving Miami a chance. And I can understand why, because you don't know what Carson Beck is going to show up. But if this game is close, because it's the trickiest game, if this game is close, Miami can bite you. And that's just how I look at it. So for Miami to win, unfortunately, they got to play perfect. There ain't no such word as perfect, but they got to play perfect. They got to protect the ball. They got to make that defense pay, because if you look at how what's my man, Mr. Pencils. I only like saying his name. Call him Mr. Pencils. Mr. Pencils defense. I don't like Buddy because he ruined my Detroit Lions. So Mr. Pencils, he doesn't blitz as much. If you watched him, he doesn't blitz as much. He relies on he just stays in the scheme. He has like a bend but don't break concept, right? If that's going to be the case, then Miami needs to be able to run the ball. If Miami can run the ball effectively, that's what's going to help them against that type of style of defense, because you want them to start cheating up. If you can get them to start cheating up, it's possible. And I know y'all think, he ain't going to be able to run the ball on Ohio like you think. No, that's not true, because we were able to run the ball. We just got hurt. Our first 2 plays, we gashed them. So it's possible if you got the running back that's healthy. We didn't have the running back that was healthy. So I know they're susceptible to the run. So if Miami can establish a run game and take that pressure off of Carson Beck to where all he got to do is just make sound throws, that's going to be beautiful. My next key and my next issue is Ryan Day is calling plays. This is the first time he didn't call plays all year. I don't know how that's going to look. I don't know how it's going to look. I don't know what to think. What I know, though, is that may be an issue. And so if that's going to be an issue, man, oh, man, that may hurt them. That's the only thing I'm thinking of. That may hurt them, because Ryan Day loves to air it out. And if you watch Julian saying that wasn't his style of ball. So if that happens, we may be in a small issue there, right? But I still think that if Miami can execute, do what they need to do, inch the ball down, make this a tight fight. Don't allow Ohio to control time of possession and nothing like that, to make them have to limit their possessions, then I got Miami winning, man. I know what you're thinking, but I got Miami winning by 2. Shoot me. I got Miami by 2 on this one. That's just what it is. And now let's go with this one here. We got Oregon versus Texas Tech. Now this game is going to be a complete shootout. They got Oregon as 2.5 favorites, 2.5 point favorites. And I don't know what that is, but 2.5 points, we'll see. We will see. Hold on, I'm fixing this real quick because I think I got like a little small issue here. Boom. There we go. Yep, there we go. I knew my thing was slowed up. I knew it. So I got, you said, Liche says, IU ran all over. Oh, yeah, they sure did, and made them one-dimensional on defense. And that's what I'm saying. If they can run the ball, it's gonna be a long day, man. I'm telling you right now. You said Mateer/Mulrow. Okay, so with Oregon, right? This game is gonna be intriguing. Coffee says, "What up, grown folks? Hey, man, what's up with you, Coffee? Happy New Year, my brother." This game is going to be very intriguing, and the reason why this game is going to be so intriguing is because it can literally be it can be a track meet, or it can be a defensive game. Both of their defenses are pretty decent, nothing to write home about, but pretty decent. And so by them being pretty decent, the things that we're going to see is we know that they both got dynamic offenses. We both know that, and we know that whatever that offense is, whoever's the one that's going to score first, whoever scores the most obviously is going to win with them. But defensively, whoever defensive shows up can win. Texas Tech is a sneaky good team. We think they're not good because we haven't seen them play anybody. But the fact that they still controlled the Big 12 the way that they did, minus the little blip that they had against Arizona State, I still feel like Texas Tech has a shot in this game. But I just feel like the matchups are where it's going to be a problem at. Oregon has a lot of talented guys. That running back room is going to be crazy. If Texas Tech can't stop the run, that's only going to open up the pass for more. It's just going to be a lot to Texas Tech to deal with. Now, I'm not saying Texas Tech ain't got a nice offense themselves, but I just feel like with this matchup, it just favors Oregon a lot better. You said over or under 100? Hey, it definitely seems like they're gonna go out here and score 2 million points, though. You said Morton is a good QB. He definitely is, Connecticut. He definitely is a good QB. I'm not taking that away from it at all. It's just that I want to see what you do against a speedy that defense that Oregon got ain't too shabby either. That line they got ain't too shabby. So I feel like it may cause him a little bit of problems. So in this game, but again, this game probably a shootout. The over-under might be 100 because it can easily be 45 to 41 type of game. Or it can mess around and be 31-27. It could go. Trust me, this will not be a 10-13 game. Absolutely not. Not the way that these guys are built. They gonna get into the 30s. Trust me on that one. But I still got Oregon winning by 4. I look at it. I think I got Oregon winning by 4 and moving to the semifinals. That's just how I see it when it comes to this game. Now, the moment that I know some have been waiting for. Number 9 Alabama versus number 1 Indiana. Now, I'm going to take a sip of my cup of Joe real quick because I got something to say. I wish nothing but bad things on Kalen DeBoer. No, I'm just joking. Listen, to be honest, man, I know Kalen DeBoer had a lot of things about coming to Michigan. I really didn't want bro to, but I know a lot of people did. So that's no harm, no foul. And then once he beat Oklahoma, that kind of killed that whole steam, right? But in this game, I feel like Indiana's a 7-point favorite. I think it's down to 6.5 right now. But initially, when I looked at it, it was 7. Indiana is a well-oiled machine. They're good at every level. They don't have great names besides the quarterback that everybody keeps talking about, Mendoza, but past that, they don't have those names that we're like, oh, you just gotta watch out for Indiana. That's just what it is. That's more scarier than having to watch out for individuals when you have to watch out for a team. Defense, they're no slouch. They're number 4 in the country. They showed that against Ohio State. They showed that they can show up and play with whoever. And so everybody arguably was saying Ohio State is the team to beat, and they were going to win the national title before they seen them play against Indiana. That game gave Indiana a lot of respect. And why do I say that? Because nobody thought Indiana was going to win. I did. I definitely thought Indiana was going to beat them, but It was only few and far. Me and Indiana thought that they were going to win. Everybody else was like, man, ain't no way. Now, Michigan fans, we wanted Indiana to win, but we was like, man, ain't no way. And they did it, right? He said, bro, when you look at Indiana, it's only like makes you mad at Michigan. They don't even recruit like us. Ain't no lie told, bro. You definitely right about that. and you right about that. So when I look at this game, I know for a fact that Indiana can play with Alabama. I know they can be physical with Alabama because Indiana's a physical team. What concerns me, and this is where I think Bama's going to run into a huge problem. If Alabama can't run the ball, they don't have a shot to beat Indiana. They just don't. That front four is finna get home. Trust me. And all you got to do is rattle Ty Simpson. Georgia showed you what happens to Ty Simpson if you rattle him. He starts to play on your side of the team. He starts to throw you interceptions. He just starts to make bad passes. He stops throwing to the first down marker. He just tries to get the ball out of his hand. And if Indiana makes them one-dimensional, you can forget about it. Because if you watch that game against Oklahoma, they were one-dimensional. They really couldn't run the ball. Jam Miller, I don't even know why he came back. The backup did better than him. I forgot my man's name, number 4, but he did way better than he did as far as moving the ball forward. Every time Jam Miller touched the field, he was getting tackle for loss, tackle for loss, tackle for loss. So that's going to be key for Alabama. If they can't run the ball, they're not going to win. I don't care if their receivers catch every single pass or not. If they can't run, they will not win. Hey, this setup is so hard, and you are really good on the mic, man. I'm locked in now. Hey, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, Chris. So Bama has to play at a high level. I know this sounds crazy because we're not used to saying this. They got like 99 blue chips on their team, but Alabama has to play at a high level to beat Indiana. It sounds crazy, but it's the truth. And I got Indiana by 10. I got Indiana by 10.
Oh my God!
I'm just being honest. I got Indiana winning by 10, man. And it is what it is. I feel like Indiana really is the team to beat right now. Like, I feel like there's only one team that can beat Indiana, and we will talk about that if it comes to that. But I got Indiana by 10. He says, we may not get a football championship this year, but the basketball, oh yeah, we're going to talk about that too. Basketball definitely look good. So, right now, who we got? We got Miami and Ohio. We got Miami winning. We got Oregon and Texas Tech. We got Oregon winning. And then we got Bama and Indiana. We got Indiana winning. Now, I'm not Big Ten biased because I could care less. I'm just saying from the matchups that I see, this is what I'm locked in on. You said Signetti get back in the game. Saban and Bama wouldn't help my man get a job. Sig ain't playing no games with nobody though. As we see, he ain't playing no games. Now, the next game is very intriguing. And it's Ole Miss versus Georgia. Now, why is this game intriguing? Because when they first initially played, Ole Miss really controlled the game. They just gave it to Georgia in the last minutes. They were up the whole time. But again, that's when they had Lane Kiffin too. Without Lane Kiffin, I know we think, oh, he's just the head coach. Man, that means so much. That means so much. And without them having Lane Kiffin, I really believe that that's gonna be a big factor in this game. Now, it would shock me if Ole Miss won. It would shock me, but they have the talent to beat them. Because again, you gotta realize, their only loss is Georgia, and they have the offensive. They got the number 2 offense in the country. So don't think they can't do it. But right now, this is gonna come down to coaching, and you're dealing with what they say. Kirby Smart is arguably the best the best head coach right now in college football. Ask Alabama what happened when you played him twice. The adjustment game is crazy. Man, you beat him, you played him again, you got your doors blown off of you. So just know, Kirby Smart got a whole different scheme to go against Ole Miss. And that's why this game is going to be kind of crazy. Now, Georgia is 6.5-point favorites, but I just see, I don't think Ole Miss is going to have it. I feel like they got their new head coach, which is cool, but this is not your scheme. This is not what you built. You're just picking up where somebody else left off, and so that's going to hurt you. And in the same token, your offensive coordinator, while he's coaching and trying to help you, he's literally an LSU OC right now. So he just came back just to help you try to finish this out. So he don't even care. Not saying he ain't trying to win. I'm just saying at the end of the day, it's like, if we lose, I'm going to LSU anyway. I got another job. You know what I'm saying? So, boom. I got Georgia by 13. Now, how does that look? I don't know, but I got Georgia winning by 13 because Georgia's on a mission. I don't know what it is about Georgia, But I watched some footage of them a couple days ago. Now, listen, this was footage of them practicing a couple days ago. And these jokers out here teeing off on each other. Boy, listen, man, they different, bro. Kirby Smart guys, he got a different mentality down there. He playing physical, man. So I got Georgia by 13 on that one. He said he came back to tamper. He came back to tamper. He said if you look at the Alabama staff, he was on Saban's help. And got a big job except him. Oh yeah, for sure. Signetti got a lower job, but look, once he got where he needed to be, hey, he showed you he showed you what type of time he was on. He was like, I don't care. You didn't gave me the opportunity. Now I'm gonna kill it, and that's exactly what he did. So we gotta respect that. Now, I want to talk about this. I gotta talk about this because that's our football pack. But we talk sports, and I want to just talk a little bit about this and bring this up. First, I want to say this for those great boys at Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Because this is for all of us Michigan fans. We already know what type of time it is. We know. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. We always know that, right? But what I want to talk about is the Michigan basketball team, who is 12-0, number 2 in the country right now. Now, they do have an interesting game tomorrow, or Friday, excuse me. They play USC, who is 12-1. So this is a Big Ten game, a good matchup. Michigan's at home, and they're going against a good opponent in a 12-1 USC. Now, the last time Michigan played a good opponent, which was Gonzaga, they won by like 40. And so hopefully we do the same thing and blow the doors off of these guys and continue the dominance and the reign that we have. Now, he said the B-ball team on a mission. Hey, Dave, listen, no lie told, sir. No lie told. But now I got a question for y'all because something's going on, man. If y'all caught Calipari, he had a presser, and he went off in his presser. And what was he upset about? And I need to get chat. I need to get y'all comments. What do y'all let me know what y'all think? What do y'all think about players getting drafted to the NFL in the first round, mind you? And they go to the G League to get, you know what I'm saying, tuned up. And then all of a sudden they're like, no, I'm going to go back to college. And they're able to play on a college team. Because they were able to renew their eligibility. So basically, G League and international pros can come back to college, man. What? Oh my God! What do y'all think about that, Chad? I think that is diabolical. Because Calipari said it. He said it best. If this is what we're doing, then what are we saying to the high school students that's coming out of high school that wanted to play? Like, if you got a son in high school right now that's balling out of control, and I'm talking about he hooping, he averaging 32 points a game, one of the top players in high school, right? And so they looking at him, and then you got a man that's 22, 23 years old in the G League that's averaging 25 points in the G League, and they got him and your son. Who you think finna get picked, man? That's diabolical work. It's not fair to the high school athlete, man. And that's just how I look at it. You said it's a dangerous game. They are setting up a situation where players that enter into the draft have all the leverage when it comes to drafting. Exactly. And that's crazy. Like, you can't do that to them. He said, not just G League, old boy played 8 games with the Bulls on an active roster and going back to college. Bro, oh, my man, ain't no way this man can play 8 games with. Come on, man. That's like, what are we doing? Oh, I appreciate it. Ms. Umar, I appreciate it. Welcome to the family,
at
my
Ms.
bro.
Umar 0726. Welcome to the family.
Yes, sir. Welcome to the family, Mar. I appreciate it. He said, I don't even care anymore. All these other rules are gone. And this is what happens when they open the Pandora's box. Hey, you ain't lying, Ant, because look, you got to really think, bro. That's like Bronny James being like, hey, man, this ain't working out. I'm going back to USC. Man, no, you ain't. Man, no, bro. Hey, dog, you too old now, bro. Like, now you out here bodying these little jokers like, get off me, little man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, you should have just stayed where you was at. It don't even make sense. It's the big Marski's in the house. Yes, he is, Liz. Yes, he is. So, I think that's an issue. And this is where I say this is where the NCAA is out of control. And we definitely need somebody. We need a governing body, man. Bad. He said, yo, and he said, my guy, Happy New Year. Yeah, we definitely need a governing body over this whole thing. You got too many, because Casey, this was my hot take, and I know people don't like this. It's too late now, because Joker's already out here making 12, 10, 3, 8 million. But my thing was, pay the players for sure, 100%. I ain't got no problem with that. Definitely get them what they owe, because it bothered me when we lost Chris Webber, because he said he couldn't even afford the jersey that was in the sports on campus, in the sports store. He said, I can't even afford my own jersey, and it's up there. Definitely get him some money, but I felt like the most a college athlete should have made was a league minimum, was under the league minimum. And the reason why I say that, so if the NFL league minimum is, let's say the league minimum is $400,000, then I feel like in college the most you should give them is $350,000 a year. It's still good money, and you in college, bro. Like, you chilling. Like, that $350,000, you can sit on that and be good to go. But the reason why I say that is because then your goal is still going to be to practice, play hard, trying to get to the NFL. You give these jokers too much money, man, then what's the reason? You got jokers like, man, I could go to the league with a rookie contract, but I'm making less money than what I'm making in college. I'm going to see if I can extend a year or two in college. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got everybody out here. You got jokers 8-year seniors. It's just getting bad, man. So we got to get back to the old way of 4 years, and if you go to the draft or you do anything like that, bro, you done. Your college career is over, bro. It just got to be that. He said, I think we need some caps for the Neal as a whole. Payouts are getting ridiculous. Yeah, like we got to do something, man. He said it makes you wonder, could Shamar Stewart actually have went back to college and get drafted by the Bengals? Hey, listen, I'm pretty sure it could have happened, bro. Like, just being honest. And he said the concept of making minimum is a good concept, but then you're going to have to go under the table deals all over again. Hey, listen, you can't stop. Listen, I'm going to tell you something right now, Ant. They getting paid in our faces, and there's still backdoor deals. I promise you. Hey, jokers right now in high school, somebody sliding right there. Hey, man, listen. Go ahead, let me, I'm going to go ahead and pay for your mama's money right here. I'm going to pay for this whole house and let y'all move over here, but you got to come up here. It's all being done, bro. We already know that. You said Neal's supposed to be sponsors like Nike and Gillette. Yeah, it's beyond that. You ain't lying. He said beyond that, it should be just rev sharing and roster slotted salaries for sure. But to do that, they need a CBA. Yeah, we definitely need somebody. We need an association for players, which is going to be kind of hard to do because you got to think how many players in college football. That's in the thousands, hundreds of thousands actually. So to try to have an association for them is going to be kind of wild. He said the players are employees. Yep, that's exactly what it is. He said, "What is this blue chips?" Hey, ain't no such thing as blue chips now. It's just you know if you good or not by the money you get. Period. Point blank. So that's just how I'm looking at it. Like we definitely got to do something. We definitely got to do something about this. They need to correct this and immediately, and do it in an effective way where you can just stop college from being manipulated. Because right now, college is being treated like a semi-pro league, which it basically is when it comes to football. But on the basketball side of things, it's not semi-pro. It's still a collegiate sport. But if you're going to allow somebody to go play a professional game and then come back down and play with kids, that's not right. That's like me saying, "Hey man, I went to college, but I ain't really getting no tick in college, so let me go back to high school so I can run up the numbers and then let me come back to better my chances to get on a better team or something like that." It just don't make sense. So they got to fix that. That's a bad idea. It's a bad take, and they need to do something about it. If you go into college, you got to be a high school player, bro, and that's just what it is. But that's what we going through, man. That's what it is. Hey, Happy New Year, because we going to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? I didn't took enough of your time. We are, you know what I'm saying? We are done, but Happy New Year. Be safe out here. 2025 is in the past. Let's be great for 2026. I do appreciate every single person. I appreciate Mar with the membership. You know what I'm saying? I definitely deeply appreciate it. Go check out. I think Maniac is doing it tonight or not. I think he is. But check out Maniac. He's doing his Let's Talk About It. Check him out, man. Don't forget to check out my boy Johnny. Also the Maize Out family on Mondays. Tap into every single person, man. We're going to have great times like we always do. So we need all the family to be together, man. And with that being said, we're going to end this one in 2025 in the best way possible, giving the good Lord his praise, because without him, there would be no us. And like I always say, if ain't nobody told you they ain't love you today, just know that Jesus loves you, man. Peace and love, and I'm going to catch you on the next one. Boy, I was stuttering on that. I couldn't get that out to save my life, man. Happy New Year. Go Blue. See y'all next year.